Smartphone relaxation app helps some manage migraines. Have you ever had a migraine, Will?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
All the time?
Yeah. Dealing with Otis?
That's terrible. Yeah, well, I guess Otis will kind of create that situation for you. Anyway, NYU, that's a university in New York, Will. Their School of Medicine developed an app called Relax Ahead, and it guides patients through progressive muscle relaxation, also called PMR. So apparently there's like a lot of tension going on. It might be responsible for your migraines. And some of these exercises that the app can help you do or guide you in how to do them properly can affect or impact some of that tension, possibly helping you avoid these migraines from taking place, which is kind of a funny one because I was thinking, man, imagine how many smartphones are responsible for people's migraines because they're like all, jammed up looking at their phone in bed, reading bright lights late at night. Like,
yeah, that's me right there.
Yeah, that's you. So anyhow, this one, it's a different angle. Use the same smartphone that gave you the migraine to take it away. You see how that works, Will? That's like nicotine patches. See how that works, Will? Yep. The tobacco companies, they owned the Nicorette. They're like, we'll get you hooked, we'll get you off. See how that goes, Will? Yep. It's a game plan right there. Anyhow, I'm not saying that's what they're doing here. Obviously, I'm making a joke, but apparently in their study, people who use the app had fewer migraines afterwards in the future. And study participants on average had 13 headache days per month, ranging between 4 and 31. 39% of those patients in the study also reported having anxiety, and 30% had depression. After using the Relax Ahead app, it dropped to 51% after 6 weeks and 29% after 3 months. So the percentage of migraines went down substantially. And the study authors, who anticipated a gradual decrease in the use of the app, next plan to identify potential ways to encourage more frequent sessions. So you got to keep it up ultimately if you want to keep avoiding these migraines. So there's it's actually a lot of people affected by migraines in the United States. 36 million people. You got 350 million people in the U.S. It's about 10% of people that get migraines. This is a pretty high number. So an app that can help you with that is kind of interesting. I'm curious about it. Maybe if you get migraines, will you give it a shot? Or maybe we help someone else can give it a shot that gets migraines. I don't know. We're just throwing it out there. Samsung launched its own gaming service with Hatch. Have you heard of Hatch?
No.
Neither did I up until now. It's a game streaming service. Like, they're going after the Stadia bucks here. And they're doing it alongside their 5G smartphone, the Galaxy S10 5G, of course, because if you're doing this type of game streaming, you're probably going to want a hot connection in order to have a seamless experience. 5G on the verge of being rolled out in the U.S. by AT&T and Verizon? Who? Yeah, Verizon, Sprint. I mean, it's out there. Blazing fast speed, low latency. So Samsung comes out. They team up with Hatch. And apparently this service has previously already been launched in Korea. I guess there's a faster connections there. This relationship's already in place. And they're going to bring that to North America now. Well, the United States, at least they're saying in this particular article. It's a subscription-based service. So you're not going to pay per game. Some of the games include Hitman Go, Monument Valley, Space Invaders, Infinity Gene, and Arkanoid Rising. So there's 100 games and no in-game purchases and no downloads required. So this is the Stadia type of thing. Those are not AAA titles, obviously, like Stadia's promising. But 100 games right now, more than 100 games right now. None of the annoying in-game purchases. No downloading. None of the in-game advertisements that you would get with like a free game or a free mobile app or something like this. All streaming over 5G. Of course, it's great for the carriers using more data. They must love this type of thing. But you could obviously also hop on to Wi-Fi in order to do this streaming. Now, they don't list a price here. Can you find a price, Will? 5G gaming service with Hatch, Samsung. Did they list a subscription price? Because in this article here on CNET, they don't actually list one. Maybe the price is not out yet. Maybe it's a matter of time. Or maybe you're watching this and you know the price. Oh, there we go. 3-month Hatch Premium. Oh, when you buy the device. I could see that being the case. Click on that one, MS Power User. It looks like it's going to discuss some pricing right there. Yeah. Play Galaxy Link. So it was in, this is early on when it was in the trademark office. So anyhow, maybe the price is out there now at the time that you're watching this. You can leave it in the comment section down below, but it's a cool idea. And it does seem like a futuristic movement is happening in the gaming spectrum where game streaming, I'm not talking about watching people stream playing games. I'm talking about legit pop open the game and play it, no download, and where you can start to offload some of that processing, some of the horsepower to someplace other than where you are. It's not just Google with Stadia that's moving in that direction, or the big game companies with the consoles, but also Samsung and possibly your mobile phone carriers. You could imagine a future in which, we talked about it before with exclusive titles and things like this, where you could pick up the new Galaxy and then their game streaming service may have exclusive titles that force you into their hardware. I'm not suggesting they do that. I'm not even suggesting I'm a fan of that. But you could picture that in the future as these brands continue to try to find ways to differentiate themselves. So Will's showcasing here, Destiny 2 is reportedly coming to Google Stadia with cross-save support. How cool is that? Cross-save support. You play a little bit on one platform, right? And then you move over, you're on the go. You pick up from the save point on the mobile. Very cool. I mean, stuff is happening. Guys, you gotta be interested in it. You're a tech fan anyway. So why should this particular department stay stagnant? I would probably try a lot more games if it was just a matter of popping it on casually, like how you use Netflix or YouTube or something like this, as opposed to the whole fanfare. I sound like a real fancy boy right now. But the whole fanfare of like picking it, paying for it, downloading it, it's a whole process. It makes me feel kind of, I'm just saying I'm a busy guy, So I can see a place for something like this. It doesn't have to completely replace the traditional medium, but like as a substitute, as a next phase, it's kind of cool to see these things. Of course, on Thursday, we're going to hear more about Stadia. So that's tomorrow. That's happening real soon.